Well, good morning, Prairie Lakes. That was real convincing. Good morning, Prairie Lakes. Wonderful. Like Jordan said, my name is Andy Cornelius, and I serve as the Prairie Lakes admissions counselor at Mid-America Nazarene University. I have the wonderful privilege of actually being the Nazarene admissions counselor for the university. So that means I work with students if they are affiliated with the Nazarene Church, and so that would be your students. So if you have students in your youth group, those are the students that I primarily work with. This is our 7th district assembly of the summer and our last. And so again, as Jordan kind of mentioned earlier, it is always a joy to be up here with the Prairie Lakes district. Y'all are like one big family, and I love it. I get really giddy when I fly into the Minneapolis airport knowing that I'm coming to hang out with your students. But I do want to mention a few things. Dr. Spittle and Professor Randy Cloud will be here tonight and tomorrow for their report. But I want to continue to communicate with you that Mid-America is in the business of continuing the discipleship process that is happening in your local church. Right? We as a Christian university take education and we take our Christian faith and we make them one. Right? You are raising up leaders in your church, and our job as your university is to continue that process and to get to shape them. We all know that the ages of 18 to 22 are very pivotal in the lives of students. That's when they begin to create life habits. That's when they become more founded in their faith. And so we as a university have the joy of partnering with you in your efforts in that process. How many of us know that college is expensive? Amen. My wife and I both attended there. We understand. But I want to tell you from personal experience that if God is calling your students to Mid-America, we trust that the Lord will make a way. Amen? Right? So from personal experience, I was looking at a state university in the state of Missouri. It was one of the most inexpensive colleges at the time. I was going to be a lawyer. That didn't work out. But I actually ended up paying less at Mid-America in my 4 years than I did at the public university in the state of Missouri. I say that because I know the fear of looking at the price of college. I sit with families every week, and they are terrified of what we call the sticker price. Anyone ever buy a used car or a car? How many of y'all ever paid sticker price? If you did, we need to chat. Right? Mid-America wants to scholarship your Nazarene students. We have designated scholarship money for your students that are Nazarene. Everyone hold the number 5. I'm going to do this again with the president in a few days. Everyone hold the number 5. Just for being a Nazarene student, your students get $5,000 on top of all the other aid that comes their way. Just for being Nazarene students. The last time I checked, that's the most competitive scholarship for the Nazarene Church with all of our sister schools. We're continuing adding new programs. How many of us know that life is lived here for our students? Parents are like, yes, we know. We have a new degree called Digital Communications that's going to train your student how to use these platforms. They're going to teach them how to run analytics, do production. We just recently added an engineering partnership with Washington University, so we now have engineering as a major. So I continue. You know, the Prairie Lakes District is the farthest one from the university, but we have students come from here all the time. And I want to encourage you, in the conversations that you have with your students, you as pastors and lay leaders, see them every week. You have the potential to communicate life to your students. And we would encourage you as your university, as your district's university, to have that one faithful conversation with that junior or senior in high school. Ask them where they're going. Ask them what they feel called to. I spent 3 weeks ago a few days with some of your students at teen camp, and I'm telling you that the Lord is on the move in this generation. Amen? The church is not going to fail because I have interacted with your students. I know your students, and they are called and they are excited for the way that God is moving in their life. So I continue. Have a conversation with them. Ask them where they're going. You know, I told them a few weeks ago, the average career change now for an individual in my generation is 7 times. An individual will change their career 7 times. So I pose this to the district assembly. What if their college education is less about what exact thing they're going to do when they graduate college, but who they are becoming in that process? Who are they being shaped into? Who are they growing into? So do not be afraid to have that conversation with your students. I will be here today and tomorrow. I'll be here with the president tomorrow. But I think I'm going to Zorba's today with some of the students. They're raving about this pizza. I don't know what it's about. But I'm excited to work alongside of you. If you have any questions, my card is in the back. I have some tables. Pastors love pins. I've got some pins back there too. But if you guys have any questions, please let me know. And again, it is a joy to be up here with the Prairie Lakes District. So thank you all.